Now on CoastTV News.
A new courthouse in Sussex County, why nearby businesses say it is needed.
$1 billion healthcare plan, Governor Meyer eyeing Sussex County for major projects.
Volunteers loading boxes into cars, how meal kits could make all the difference for Delaware families in need.
And we have some rain we're tracking to our north, but it could make for a cloudy view of a spectacular view overnight.
This is CoastTV News at 5.
This is the new family courthouse in Georgetown. Good evening. I'm Madeline Overturf.
And I'm Charlie Sakaitis. We begin tonight with a project years in the making, finally finished. After breaking ground in June of 2022, the new Sussex County Family Courthouse is now open. The 100,000 square foot facility features 8 spacious courtrooms, roughly 3 times bigger than the old building. It also has 500 security cameras and new technology. Family law attorney Thomas Gay, who has practiced more than 3 decades, says the safety has improved too.
The sitting arrangements are different than the old courthouse, because the old courthouse, if you're dealing with abuse hearings, PFA hearings they're called, the alleged perpetrator and the petitioner were in close proximity, whereas with this building, they're going to be able to be kept away from each other until the trial's ready to go.
The construction has also reshaped downtown Georgetown. That's especially for the businesses just across the street. Coast TV News reporter Nicole Richter shows us what's next for the old building and what neighbors think about the new one.
The $142 million project replaces the old family court on the Circle in Georgetown. The old courthouse is still state property, and we've reached out to find out what it'll become.
Court officials say that the old family courthouse will soon take on a new purpose, keeping Georgetown's history alive, while this new courthouse begins its own chapter.
The new Sussex County Family Courthouse stands just across from a row of local businesses, places that have watched the construction unfold for years. For these businesses, they say the courthouse brings new opportunities and new lunch crowds.
I feel like now, since it's already being made, so I'm almost finished, there's going to be more customers, which would benefit us a lot.
Deborah Marker, who works at the Georgetown Family Restaurant, says she's hopeful the change will bring new energy downtown.
I think it's great. We're hoping for a lot more business coming out of there than we had when it was downtown.
A modern space for justice and a boost for small businesses just steps away. In Georgetown, I'm Nicole Richter, Coast TV News.
So what do you go to family court for? In Delaware, it would be for divorce or child support, custody disputes, restraining orders, and even certain criminal proceedings.
Sussex County representatives and BB healthcare leaders gathered today at the BB School of Nursing, where Governor Matt Meyer announced what he calls a generational rural healthcare plan. Coast TV News reporter Brandon Ferguson is live in Lewis. Brandon, the plan includes 15 projects in total, but the governor highlighted a few speaking today.
Charlie, here are all 15 of the proposed projects. The governor started out just on the other side of those walls today, explaining how he wants to build the first ever 4-year medical school here in the first state. When asked if he was looking at locations in Sussex County, he said yes, but did not give us any exact locations. The state applied for all of these projects for a Rural Health Transformation Program fund to help fund these projects. CEO of BB Healthcare, Dr. David Tam, welcomes the governor to bring all of these projects right here to Sussex County.
I think that it's the right thing to do because our students need it, our patients need it.
Meyer says he should know how much funding these projects could receive by December 31st. And when asked if this is a collaboration possibly with BB Healthcare, he said he is considering it. Live in Lewis, Brandon Ferguson, Coast TV News.
This brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, where do you think the new medical school should go?
Let's take a look at the results. 42% right now say Rehoboth Beach, 32% say Ellendale, 16% say Dagsboro, 10% say Bridgeville.
And we do have a comment today from Marcus in Lewis. He says, develop something between Harbison and Milton and Milford.
If you haven't voted yet or left a comment, we've got a lot of good ones so far. Please add on to it at coasttvnews.com or our mobile app. Thanksgiving is just around the corner, and today volunteers teamed up at the Food Bank of Delaware in Milford to make sure nobody goes hungry. It's called Thanksgiving for All, and it's put on by the Harry K. Foundation, Purdue, and the Food Bank. This year, organizers say they had to increase the number of meal kits from 700 to 1,000 to keep up with demand. We spoke with staff from schools across the state who were picking up meals at the event, and they say they saw a sharp rise in need this year.
We noticed this year we went from 23 families a year to 65, and we just weren't able to maintain that through donations.
The food bank says 17 schools in Kent and Sussex counties received meal boxes today.
Now let's go ahead and take a live look into Milford as we check in with our First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams. Looking like a nice sky there, and the skies the last night or so have been really interesting.
Yeah, Mother Nature was lighting it up, or really I should say the outer space, because of the northern lights. Now, the thing about it is where we're located here, we are expecting to have at least a decent view here for tonight going into Thursday and Friday. We're going to have moderate activity when it comes to viewing those lights. Now, last night we had some great pictures that were sent in, and then tonight you'll have a wonderful opportunity, but a few more clouds will be in place. Now, what causes this? Well, it's a magnetic field. This is the Earth here on the magnetic field, you see. Charged protons and electrons are emitted from the sun, solar wind. These particles follow the Earth's magnetic field and enter the Earth's atmosphere through the poles. Then electrons collide with various molecules in the atmosphere, and the resulting excitation causes the collision based on the height of the molecule type. You'll see different, versions of it, or frequencies: red, blue, green, and pink. And pink, of course, is below 100 kilometers and the lowest one. I think we'll have a good shot at looking at some pink and possible green. We may have a few people maybe just clear enough to take a look at the red. Now, what's happening a little closer on the Earth? Hey, the winds have died down. Thank goodness for that, right? But we are still going to be dealing with at least small craft advisories along the coastal region. More on your full forecast coming up in a moment. Till then, back to you.
Paul, thank you. Happening today in Lewis, you might notice low water pressure or discolored water. That's because the Board of Public Works will be conducting hydrant flow testing. If you do have discolored water, just run cold water for 10 to 15 minutes until it clears up, and don't do laundry. The government shutdown may be nearing an end. House members are expected to vote and pass a bill to reopen the government after 43 days.
NBC's Garrett Hack tells us the president says he will sign it, but the trouble caused by the longest shutdown in U.S. history, that may remain for a while.
After nearly 2 months, House lawmakers are back on Capitol Hill and working.
The House will be in order.
Expected to vote today on a bill from the Senate to reopen the government, ending the longest shutdown in U.S. history.
President Trump looks forward to finally ending this devastating Democrat shutdown with his signature, and we hope that signing will take place later tonight.
The vote likely to be tight, but Republicans expect the bill to pass, though it's not a done deal yet. House Democrats unhappy the bill does nothing to address the rising cost of health care.
I think the American people got a raw deal. 20 million Americans are going to see their premiums skyrocket.
I'm going to keep fighting for health care for every American, because I think when you're sick in this country, you should be able to go to the doctor.
But the 43-day-long shutdown has caused chaos in the sky for millions of air travelers. Today, the Trump administration ordering more flights cut due to a shortage of air traffic controllers who've been working without pay since the shutdown began. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy warning Thanksgiving travel is at risk.
Well, what's going to happen during that time frame? I'm going to tell you, we are not going to get to Thanksgiving.
And even if the shutdown ends tonight, flights will still be canceled or delayed until airlines can ramp back up to capacity. For millions of Americans, an end to the shutdown could mean a lifeline restored if SNAP gets funded immediately. That's the federal program designed to help low-income families buy food. Food banks tried to fill the gap, but the shutdown exacerbated the problem, with furloughed federal workers, or those working but not getting paid, also needing help.
People are starving out here, and they don't need to be starving. They really don't. This is America. America.
This deal will fund SNAP benefits through next September, and furloughed government workers will get their back pay, although it's not entirely clear when that money will go out. But the deal only funds the government through January, and healthcare premiums remain a political sticking point, meaning we could be looking at another shutdown early in the new year. Garrett Hake, NBC News.
The Georgetown-Lewis Trail, people living in Milton now have an opportunity to provide a little input on outdoor trails across Sussex County.
And we have breezy conditions still staying persistent at this point, and it looks like the chill's not going away totally.
But first, crossroad congestion, another idea to fix traffic in Millsboro, up next.
This is Coast TV News at 5.
The intersection of Delaware Avenue and Route 24 in Millsboro could eventually see changes.
We've reported on plans to make it a four-way stop. That's on pause, though, until data comes back from DelDOT.
Coast TV News reporter Elisa Weber shows us why some neighbors want it, others don't.
This is the intersection of Delaware Avenue and Route 24 in Millsboro. Right now, 2 stop signs are here, but the Millsboro DelDOT committee proposed the idea of making this area into a 4-way stop to improve traffic congestion and safety in the area, which is something neighbor Dennis Alarde is in favor of.
There's so many people coming down here and the traffic is really bad, especially in the morning. I'd rather wait to be safe rather than, because a lot of people are on their phones and not paying attention. So I don't mind waiting.
We spoke with another person who lives right by this intersection, and they told us that they're doubtful if a 4-way stop would help this area.
I don't know that it's going to solve the problem. It will help people turning west onto Millsboro Highway or Route 24, but it will keep traffic moving. But you have a stoplight at 113, you have a stoplight at Plantation Lake, so it could have a negative effect and back it up.
In Millsboro, I'm Elisa Weber, Coast TV News.
Coming up next, Paul Williams in the Coast TV First Alert Weather Center with a forecast on how great it will be to see our northern lights.
How about for the next couple of days, Mother Nature backs off of the extremes of things, not extremely cloudy, extremely windy, or extremely cold, just somewhere in the middle would be nice. That looks like we're sort of getting to that pattern to some degree. In Ocean City, we're at 54 degrees. Now we're going to drop into the 40s as early as 9 o'clock with scattered cloud cover from 7 to 8. Then it'll clear out again at 9 o'clock. Now we're getting or trending more in a warmer situation because, for example, we're about 10 to 11 degrees warmer now throughout the entire Delmarva Peninsula than we were just 24 hours ago. Here's where we stand right now. It's 56 degrees in Georgetown. We're holding at 53 in Seaford as well as Laurel, and we're holding at 53 degrees in Milford as well as Dagsboro. Clear from any kind of precipitation at this point, but the winds are still at least a little bit active along the coast, but not as extreme as a gale wind warning or a watch. We've backed down to a small craft advisory. Slaughter Hill as well as Broadkill Beach and along the entire coastal region of Sussex from Ocean City down towards Chincoteague, we're bracing for about 25 mile per hour wind gust occasionally. Not steadily, but at least occasionally. Now overnight, instead of dropping into, let's say, the low 30s to 20s, we're going to be at 36. Still a healthy amount of chill in the air, but manageable and not so extreme. And hopefully the skies will stay clear because we had a lot of pictures come in from last night from Northern Lights. We'll have another gander at the Northern Lights as well. You see, when we take a look at this K7, 8, 9, what this means is K9 means we're looking at the opportunity to see the most or the extreme activity that's happening with the electromagnetic field providing the fireworks in the middle of the night. We're looking at that for Wednesday and possibly going into Thursday. Now, what's expected for Thursday morning will start at 44 to 43 degrees, generally speaking, clear skies. Then for the afternoon, we'll warm to the mid 50s and we'll stay mainly clear. Now we'll drop into the 30s for Friday, a little bit cooler, and we'll rebound into the 50s, but then we'll have cloud cover that will overtake the entire area by then. Along the coast going into Thursday and, going to Friday, winds will be pushing out of the west at about 20 to 25, maybe up to 30 miles per hour. And that coincides with the small craft advisory that we have active for the coast. You see, the winds are now pouring out of the southwest, which is at least a warmer wind. But then by the time we get into, let's say, Thursday, we're looking for the winds to knife out of the northwest, and then for Friday out of the northwest. And so we're looking at the swirling action that will occur even going into Monday. So here's the bottom line for Thursday: more sunshine, manageable, and 54 degrees in Chincoteague and Assateague. We'll warm to 54 in Ocean City, 57 in Fenwick Island, and mostly sunny skies. And then for Lewis and Rehoboth, we're going to stay in the 50s as well. Now, we are going to keep a close eye on the chance of rain for Saturday going into Sunday, because those are the 2 days I think we'll have a best opportunity for a little bit of precipitation. Finally, here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Lots of sunshine for Thursday, 57, a repeat on Friday, and then we'll warm up pretty nicely over the weekend, but we'll have to trade off for a little bit of rain on Sunday.
Thank you, Paul. The Delaware Division of Paid Leave is expected to provide more information on its paid leave program. According to the division, the program provides financial support to people facing significant life events. Now, officials say that could range from caring for a sick loved one or a new baby. This is a new statewide law that will apply to all employers in Delaware of a certain size. This is part of a virtual meeting the division is hosting for employees in this state that begins at 5:30.
A heads up for drivers in Worcester County. The State Highway Administration is replacing a deteriorated storm water pipe along 589. That's Racetrack Road at Gray's Corner Road. The Maryland Department of Transportation says work starts Sunday night and should wrap up by Thursday, November 20th.
Coming up tonight on Delmarva Sports Network at 8:30 p.m., Dover hosting Smyrna in girls basketball. Then it's the final score at 10:30. And basketball fans, get ready for a front row seat to the Delaware Blue Coats action this season. Delmarva Sports Network is teaming up with the NBA G League affiliate of the 76ers. The broadcasts, they're going to go with 11 home games through March 27th. The first broadcast tipping off tomorrow night at 7 on DSN, featuring full in-game coverage with interviews and analysis.
We salute Earl Croswell, a proud U.S. Marine and dedicated Delaware State policeman who served his country and community with courage and honor. Beyond his uniform, Earl was a devoted husband, father, and grandfather whose love and integrity touched all who knew him. His steadfast service and family legacy continue to inspire deep respect and gratitude.
Spicer Brothers and CoastTV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva. If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a CoastTV salute, go to coasttvsalutes.com.
Providing input on outdoor trails across Sussex County, that's the opportunity people have in Milton. A public forum is taking place regarding the study on the Georgetown-Lewis Trail connection to Milton. Organizers say DelDOT, along with state representatives, will be in attendance to discuss the cost of a shared-use path. That's happening at Dogfish Head Brewery at 5:30.
President Donald Trump is defending the United States' need for skilled foreign workers. During an interview with Fox News, the president said the U.S. does not have enough talented workers to fill jobs domestically. The president says the H-1B visa program helps fill a void and allows skilled workers to come into the country. In September, Trump signed an executive order that requires anybody wanting an H-1B visa first to pay a $100,000 application fee.
A big moment this morning in New York City. Workers installed the star on top of the iconic 30 Rock Christmas tree. The 900-pound Swarovski crystal star was hoisted into place early this morning. A lighting ceremony for the tree will be on December 3rd, right here on Coast TV. Let's take one more live look outside into Cambridge. We'll check on your forecast after this.
Coming up new on Coast TV News at 6, the water and sewer bills continue to shock homeowners in Worcester County. How much bills are going up? That story and more coming up later on Coast TV News at 6.
Well, we take a look at Milford right now. We're looking at clear skies, but it's going to be getting a little on the chilly side. But we'll have scattered cloud cover in place in 50 degrees by 9 o'clock. Small craft advisory will stay active throughout our entire area, bracing for about 25-mile-per-hour winds. Now, the thing about this is it's a good news because at least it's not extreme with, let's say, gale force winds. So Mother Nature's backed off a bit with the blustery conditions. Our umbrella giveaway winner is Ben Hart of Salisbury. Congratulations, courtesy of Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling. Now, you can keep up with your forecast by calling our weather line. Your forecast is just a call away. Sponsored by the law offices of Bruxted, Mandalis, and Federico. And finally, here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast. So I am bringing good tidings and good news. We're going to get progressively warm over the next few days before we drop off a cliff again by Monday.
At least we get a few days of it, though.
Yeah, and we'll take the air before the air.
Yeah, the sound effect kind of emphasizes
yeah,
it.
It really does. Thank you, Paul, and
Sure.
thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News at 5.
For more news, more local weather, download our Coast TV News app.
Inside Edition is up next.
And we'll see you later tonight for Coast TV News at 6. Have a great evening.